Caroline's Cart has certainly been a family project. When my son was about 2 is when I started this. My daughter was probably 8. I have 3 children. Caroline is my middle child. So we are very busy, we are on the go, and I want to include Caroline in everything that I possibly can. Every family has to grocery shop. That's something that we all do several times a week. And if you have a child with a disability, that really does make the everyday trip to the store very difficult, very burdensome. I remember when I had the need, I remember where I was. I had to go to the grocery store. So I had my 2-year-old son with me, and I had Caroline, who was in her wheelchair. And I remember so desperately struggling with a wheelchair, a 2-year-old, and a shopping cart. And I thought, there's just such a huge gap in the market. And I remember I thought, what would help me? And I literally sat down and I jotted out on paper and pencil just a design of a shopping cart that not only would benefit Caroline, but many children as well. Caroline's Cart is a special needs shopping cart, and it was specifically designed for older children and adults with disabilities. Once children get older, around the age of maybe 6 or 7, they can no longer fit into what retailers currently provide. So Caroline's Cart is for children that don't walk, children that have low muscle tone, or really anyone that needs further assistance while in the store. I think that my favorite feature on Caroline's Cart is the fact that it turns on a dime. So it was critical to me that a cart loaded down with your passenger and your groceries really could turn, and it could be very maneuverable in the store. We are very pleased that Caroline's Cart serves such a variety of disabilities. We also hear about Caroline's Cart is helping elderly with mobility problems. We have gotten letters from families saying, I can now bring my elderly mother. I can now bring my spouse. They can sit there. They can feel like they still have worth. And this is something I did, and thanks to Caroline's Cart, I can continue to do this shopping. So that is just yet another wonderful advantage for a store having Caroline's Cart. One thing that we wanted from the beginning was we wanted to promote Easter Seals. Easter Seals has done so much, not only for Caroline in her therapies and helping her progress, but they've been a great support system for our family. So we wanted every Caroline's Cart to display the Easter Seals logo, which is the lily. It was very exciting to us that they were interested. This is the first time that their logo has ever been on any product, and it got to be on Caroline's Cart. And so exciting for us because it's really 2 things coming together that have never been done before. We are so blessed to be with Technibuilt. Technibuilt is the world's largest shopping cart manufacturer. And early on in my journey, when I would begin the relationships with the retailers to introduce myself and Caroline's Cart, so many of them said, we buy our shopping carts from Technibuilt. So I knew that Technibuilt was the premier company to be with. So the fact that they share my vision, they share my dream of Caroline's Cart, really is just critical to the success of getting it in every store. It is important for retailers to know and recognize that they serve families that have children with disabilities. We are in their communities, we are in their neighborhoods, and possibly even on their street.
We're here. We're a part of your community. Whether or not you knew us or not, we're here. And so to be able to take your son or daughter or your elderly loved one with a mobility problem to the local grocery store, to see other families in your community in that environment, which everybody shares it. Everybody goes grocery shopping. So why not see the whole family involved in that?
My goal from day one when I started this journey was for Caroline's Cart to be in every grocery store in the United States and beyond. There is not a store that doesn't need it. There is not a store that can tell me that they won't benefit from it. There is not a community that doesn't have families like mine.
Providing Caroline's Cart gives families an opportunity, small as it may be, an opportunity to come together and share in something like the shopping experience.
Caroline's Cart promotes inclusion. That is what families want. We have it in our schools, we want it in our communities. So by providing Caroline's Cart, the retailer really does send a message out in their community that we welcome you in our store and we want your shopping experience to be a pleasant one. I want the same opportunities for my special needs daughter as I do for my typical children. And Caroline's Cart promotes inclusion in every grocery store, making it accessible. And that's why it is so important that it is in every community.
What I found most empowering to me about this whole process is the independence that it provides families, but also what it means to give a voice to Caroline, who would not otherwise be able to speak about it and what this means to her.
This is a child that was born with a major disability, and she has a plan and a purpose. And she's never said a word, and she's never taken a step, but she's changing lives.
So without ever speaking a word or taking a step, Caroline has been able to move mountains.
It doesn't matter what you're born with, it matters what you do with it. Just so many people are being helped by Caroline's Cart.